Say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Morning, everyone.
Good morning. All right. The Board of Commissioners, I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners suspends the May 16th, 2024 regular meeting minutes.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Okay. Got Jackie.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so I have the same two discussion items this week as I did last week. We're circling back on the same items. So first is the grant application for the Sheriff's Office for the COPS grant. I did look for information on using the funds for existing vacancies, and there's specific language in the solicitation about supplanting that we have to make sure that we're not offsetting costs in the general fund with the grant. So we would have to make sure that the specific count of deputies and the costs for the deputies in the general fund stays in the general fund, and that the additional deputies and the grant are spent according to that count of deputies. We have to keep them separate.
And that's what supplant means?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just wanna make sure.
supplant, it essentially means the costs that you are supposed to maintain with your general fund, you have to maintain with your general funds. You can't save money in your general fund by using a grant.
Yeah.
As I thought about that discussion we had last week, so there are a couple things brought up, and one was the 1.6 million that we haven't spent. The other was we're leaving 1.6 on the table, and $750,000 on the table. So let's start with the 1.6. What does he mean we're leaving that on the table? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, essentially, we got that Ohio EMA ARPA grant for additional deputies, and there's just
When did we get that?
sometime in 2023.
Okay.
I think summer of 2023.
Okay.
The actual setting up of the grant, like we set up the fund, but then actually getting the grant certified and appropriated and the expenses moved to that grant was kind of a slow process. So it's just been a little bit of a
How
mix
slow?
up.
When did we get it set up?
So we set up the fund immediately, but then the certification and appropriation has just recently been set up.
Okay, so it wasn't us holding $1.6 million for that?
No, it needed to be certified and appropriated in the correct place, and the expenses moved.
And the
to correct
deputies
place.
have been there since, say, fall or end of summer or something like that?
I mean, it took a little bit of a rollout to hire everybody, but they're all in place.
So if the grant, we couldn't use the grant yet, where's the money for the deputies coming from?
General fund.
The general fund.
General fund?
Yeah, they're assigned to the
Does,
general
once they you got the process finally set up, do we get reimbursed from the general fund? Or does the reimbursement, the general fund get reimbursed?
So I did see one correction, putting the expenses in the grant,
Okay.
which then relieves the general fund of that burden.
And
but
we
that's
have,
in process right
okay.
now.
We have 8 deputies that were hired by that.
Mhm.
So do we have all 8 names within that category yet?
I did get those this
Okay,
week.
great. So let's go then to the new one, the COPS grant. And it's the way it was presented to us is that it sounds like we like to leave money on the table and not utilize it. So the way I figured out, if we give that $750,000, $750,000, that was said that we're gonna leave that on the table. As I looked at it, that to get that $750,000, we have to spend $1.5 million.
Correct. That would be the match
So,
over the
so
5 years.
that would be, so as a businessman, that might not be a best idea for me to do.
We would be contributing quite a bit.
$500,000
Yeah.
to get 750.
Right.
Yeah. And
Alright.
it continues for what, 2 additional years after that?
So the grant is 3 years where we would be matching essentially, and then it continues 2 more years that we would keep the deputies on and we would be funding it.
Okay.
But really, by year 3, we are funding the majority. It goes, first year was like 348, then 340, and then the third year, they're only giving us 60,000.
Mhm.
So it's not, and
It's
then we've got
basically
year
gradually we're taking it over.
4 or 5. But yet we have 9 vacancies now we can't fill, and this is for additional staff,
Mhm.
correct?
Right.
Because we can't supplant, which is what I brought up to Ralph Spitaleri. I know you can't supplant those grants. That's why I told him I wanted to look. And in that grant document, it specifically had a section on supplanting. You can't do it. These are new deputies.
Correct,
So-
so we would have to,
So we got 9
we would have to
vacancies, we're
finance the
gonna try to
9.
hire.
Yeah, we'd have to
6
hire
more.
9 and then.
I just, those are the only questions. If Sabrina, Mike, do you have any questions?
No,
or-
that's it for me.
No, I think you answered them. I had some things highlighted here to talk about. The only thing that I don't understand is on our first resolution for today, the first paragraph. I don't know if.
Before number 1 or
Yeah, here.
the accordance?
In the actual resolution.
Mhm.
Well, it looks
I-
like it's grant, it was a.
He's got this.
Grant that we applied.
The drug law
Which was-
enforcement.
Well, yeah, and I get it, but if I may.
Yeah, please.
As it reads, the Ohio Department of Public Safety notified the Portage County Sheriff's Office Drug and Violent Crime Unit on May 20th, 2024, that the Sheriff's Office is approved to receive a grant award in the amount of $12,120.96, with a 25% local match requirement of $4,043.91, offset by Captain Davis's salary. What does that mean?
So the local match is in kind. It's not a cash match, it's a portion.
portion.
Whatever that Captain
Okay.
Davis contributes to that project, that would be the in-kind match.
All right, that's fine. I just.
It's not additional funds,
Right,
it's already.
that's what I wanted to make sure where it was.
Yeah, that's
Right,
good.
so it's in lieu of a cash
Yeah.
match.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
I have nothing else. You want-
Okay, so discussion item number 2 is the funding request from the Guardianship Service Board. We looked into the funds, the probate court funds, the indigent guardianship, which is Fund 1401, and the probate court special project fund 1032. These funds could be used for the Guardianship Service Board to contribute to it. However, probate court has said they've got other plans for these funds this year. I would recommend maybe that we work with them in the future to see that this funding can be used to support the Guardianship Service Board,
Yeah, because that's the way it was presented to us when we allowed for that, special account, or special, funds account to be set up. It was in our minutes that it was gonna specifically be used for the guardianship, and then she had another program, I think she was rolling out.
So I think we could work, throughout this year and in the future to maybe have a set aside in those funds for the Guardianship Service Board, but for this year, they've listed off some projects and other costs that will need to be paid out of that fund so that there won't be funding available for, the GSB. So I think we're kind of back to, do we fund it out of our contingency if the board wants to do that, or, how do we wanna move forward with that? And I can give you the contingency list.
Yeah, cause I thought we're pretty tight in what we have in contingency.
Yeah, so we've got plans for all of it, we would have to kind of pull from somewhere.
So when this was presented to us, we were, after the first meeting, we weren't gonna have anything else at that time that we were gonna be required or asked of us?
Right, there was no cost to us last year.
Thank you.
Mm,
Thanks, Jackie.
So in the yellow section, these are the things that are planned but sort of estimated right now. These are the things that are coming up. My recommendation, because we've got so much slated for the future here, would maybe be to fund half of the request and then find it somewhere in maybe one of our miscellaneous lines.
mhm.
But the miscellaneous needs, there's other projects going on there, and we also don't know yet what's gonna happen with the sheriff's office negotiations and what that cost will be.
Mhm.
We haven't factored that, so that's kind of what that's, what that set aside is
Yeah,
for.
so you gotta be cautious with, so we sort of have the contingency, well, it looks like we have what? Okay, I see it up at the top, the unappropriated certification, that's the total we have?
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, we have, a set aside for the conversions and payouts, you know, as people do the vacation and sick leave, payouts. We have a set aside for mandated share, we can't really be sure what's gonna be requested there, but there's certain costs that, you know, that we're mandated to pay.
Okay.
Then other department support and grant support and advances out and transfers out.
Mhm.
And then we have the other miscellaneous line, which
Okay.
you know, as I said, was
So
just
the re-
everything that we think is coming up.
The request was 94.5, so you're recommending half?
That's what I would recommend
because-
at this point,
Yeah.
just because 94.5's a bit much to pull from one of these lines, I'm not
Well,
sure.
we're midway through the year and we were told it wasn't gonna cost any additional, so, I mean,
Okay.
it's a good program, so I wanna help what we can, but we have our limitations too, so.
Yeah, and like I said, I think we could work together with the court to look at those other funds and explore, you know, what could be pulled from those funds in the
Yeah.
future too.
Okay.
Mike, any questions, sir?
Nope, I agree with it. Sounds
Okay.
good. I don't think the whole amount myself is the way to go. I think what you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Journal entries, please.
Okay. All right, I'll make a motion in accordance with section 305.30K of the Ohio Revised Code and the board's resolution 21-0396 and this board's resolution 21-0878. The Board of Commissioners acknowledge and approves the county administrator approval too. I'll make a motion to direct the auditor's office to pay process the May 16th, 2024 bills, ACH payments, wires, journal vouchers, then and nows as applicable, contingent upon the verification of the reports as presented by the county auditor and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to process the May 16th, 2024 budget amendments as reviewed and recommended by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the award from the Ohio Department of Public Safety, Office of Criminal Justice Services for the 2023 Drug Law Enforcement Grant Program on behalf of the Portage County Sheriff's Office Drug and Violent Crime Unit.
Second,
So this one is the one you were talking about with,
Yeah.
Miles? Okay.
yes, sir.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to authorize the grant application to the U.S. Department of Justice 2024 COPS Hiring Program grant on behalf of the Portage County Sheriff's Office.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina,
No, and I'm voting no because we already have 9 vacancies that we haven't been able to fill, and to add 6 additional ones and hand tie us with this expense basically after year 2 and that it goes to year 5 doesn't seem, the timing's not right for, to apply for this.
Mike,
yes.
and Tony.
Mine is no, with the comment that to get 750,000 for us to spend 1.5 million doesn't make any sense to me, so no. Okay. All right, thank you, Jackie.
Thank you.
Internal services here?
No, she's not here today.
Oh, the internal,
Thank you, Commissioners.
She's here today.
Thank you.
She's not here today.
Ready?
Shannon's
Look at
not
her,
here?
look at her, look at me.
I don't know, I'm gonna start giving her a little, get those little 2-inch daggers and start
Fill
throwing.
in for her,
She looked at me like, what?
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 she's,
She's not here.
Well, she would only not be here if she wasn't feeling well, and so then I would feel bad for her, but as far as I'm aware.
You know what, we're 15 minutes early though for her.
Well, sing.
Miscellaneous.
Let's do miscellaneous.
It was cool in here, now it's hot.
I'm
I'll reach out to
roasting
her.
my,
Are you
She's
really?
got her
I'm
thing
starting
on.
to sweat.
She's got her heater on.
I know.
What?
I'll
the-
turn
You were
it
She's
supposed
so
to
cold.
unplug it on the way by.
Bunch of cry girls up here.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm texting her right now.
Okay.
Yeah, from the other end.
Cry girls up here.
Hey.
Oh, hello.
You went up the steps?
I told you.
I did, yay. Wait, let
Tony
me do it
said you
again.
weren't here today.
Sometimes, you know.
Listen to footage.
Oh, boy, okay.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi, guys. Okay, I have project updates.
Yes.
Get right to it.
Mhm, mhm. Would you like some coffee?
Yeah, well, after, maybe when I'm done.
All right then. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm gonna skip to page 2 to discuss the generator. The generator, we finally have a delivery date. The ship date was forever, now it's the 28th, and we should have it on site on the week of June 3rd.
Next Wednesday?
What's that?
No.
Next Wednesday's gonna ship. and
Okay.
So it's supposed to be here the week of June 3rd, and we have actually a meeting on the 28th. I wanna have one more meeting with the electrician, the plumbers, and all of them, so we can
Mhm.
discuss everything. The Keltron system, the contracts are being routed. I actually got the last one today, so I have an email into, the gentleman to see what our game plan is to set up to start replacing them all. Let's see. On page 3, the stairwells to be patched and painted. I'm asking them to hold off on painting the stairwells here at our admin building, because if you've noticed, Otis keeps going up and down those stairwells, and they're,
With their stuff?
with their stuff, and those walls are getting kinda clanked around, so
Okay.
if I can work out with the painter, if we can do all the rest of the stairwells but that stairwell, but I'm just not sure what his schedule's like, if he wants to come back and forth, so I do have a call into him to see what it is, so if everybody's okay
Sounds
with
reasonable.
holding ours,
Yeah.
so we don't destroy ours.
How's the elevators coming? Or is that coming up?
They're good. I don't have that on here. They're still working on the one elevator. This will take a year to finish all 3.
Really?
So it's like 11 months. So it's a slow process.
It's all been having a baby.
Right, it
We'll have
is.
to have a ribbon
I actually
cutting.
wanted to, I wanna go up there and watch to see
It's so-
how they move that
Oh, yeah.
heavy thing.
I know.
And get it done.
And that
I-
crane, the
Yeah.
cranes that were taking all that stuff down
Yeah,
and.
I'm gonna go lift it in for him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Super. You got your cake done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Michael Mouse over there.
Why y'all gonna laugh at
Oh,
me?
No, we're just laughing with you.
Okay.
The annex building, you can see that the ramp's been poured. And
Yes,
the next
I
step
saw
will be
that.
starting to put in the railing and all of that stuff, and that's just the ramp for right now.
How's the inside of the building?
Good, they've almost finished with painting the top floor, the second floor, and now they're starting on the main floor. There's a couple of little minor renovations that Will was talking about doing, but we'll update you guys on that a little bit later,
It
cause
actually looks real nice.
they do a good job painting,
Yeah.
don't they?
When's the, his move-in date?
I don't have a
Okay.
approximate, we're hoping this fall, like, I'm hoping late summer, early fall, cause it's
Yeah.
gonna be a little bit, the problem is that the, when I told you about the HVAC, like, that's not gonna be in until the middle of, the boilers and all of that in June. And, there's a couple, like, minor little things I know Will wants to have done in there, so, and we just don't know how long that's gonna take, cause it's gonna be out of his budget, not our budget, but, I don't know how long that's gonna take, but they're minor, so it shouldn't hold them up too much. I don't even think it'll even deter their date from moving
Yeah.
in. But I don't wanna put the carpet in until the very end.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
flooring. But you do have to put the flooring in the bathrooms before we set the,
Commodes.
everything, yeah, so. It's like a little balancing game there, so.
Okay.
On page 4, EMA, I haven't been out there for a couple weeks, cause we were doing a bunch of stuff and it looks so good. The trees, if you've driven by it, they've all been cleared out around, so it looks really
I
nice
saw
there.
it last night, actually.
And the metal siding's complete, they still have to paint, but the metal siding, all of that metal siding's complete. The offices are in, I don't know if you've been out there, but the glass, it just looks so cool to me. I'm impressed with it. And then the reno to the interior of the existing garage is about complete. The electrical panel was a little bit of delayed, because it's not coming in until the end of June, but they said that's not gonna throw off their move-in date. And the finishes will not go in until the electric's in, cause you need the air conditioner running, cause you don't want the humidity to get to all that nice stuff, so. But the project's still expected to be finished on time, which is good. Juvenile court, they began phase 2. There is a small change order, so, and I had to get a visual for this, cause I wanted to see it.
Did they get the veneer at the judge's desk, or,
She doesn't want that done until the very end, so she can use that courtroom.
okay.
So the magistrate's courtroom, once that gets done, then they'll go back over and do that. There's a existing bulkhead that they didn't know about that's right about here. And in order to not have like 3 different levels of a ceiling in there, they wanna extend the bulkhead a little bit over, so there's just 2 separate. So, you know, where the bench is, and then where they are. It's I think it's like $3,800 or $3,270. We don't have the contingency necessarily in this particular fund, but we do have a contingency for the projects. So this would come out of our
The next
project contingency, and I did check with Jackie too, so, is the board okay with doing that, so they don't have like all these multi-levels?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good, everybody good? Okay. And then the mini splits and dispatch, I put complete on here, cause we didn't have it, because it was the same day as I met you last time, so that'll come off of here. And then if you go to page 7, the doors, the new install date was the last door was 5/22, and they are done. So the courthouse is complete. The public defender, everything's signed and back, so our kickoff meeting with the architect is on May 30th.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're all, and the public defender will be there, and Tammy and everybody, so we're all on the same page, so we'll be good. Yeah.
Good.
And then replacing the carpet on the 3rd and 4th floor of the stairwells and landings, at the, Riddle Block building, that's gonna start the week of the 27th, and they're gonna do it at night.
Cool.
Oh,
Cause there's just
nice.
so much traffic in there, so, and then we'll have maintenance stay with them.
Awesome.
Okay?
Wow.
That'll make a big difference.
It will, it'll be, cause they just get trashed, I mean, there's so much traffic in there, so.
Eventually, I need to get rid of all that wallpaper.
That's coming,
Is it coming?
that's coming. That's like at the, maybe towards the
That's an
end.
area you're destroying.
I'm sorry.
So we're gonna take it off and put it in Sabrina's office.
It would go good
Freshly
with the
painted
carpet
off.
color.
It's gonna be an
would go-
accent wall.
Accent wall.
I'm just saying.
Maybe just fill a piece and frame it. And then I just have resolutions and that's all.
Okay. Thanks,
We thought it was
Shannon.
funny, Sabrina.
I am not
She did
laughing.
not.
This is not amused. Yes, I am. All right. The Board of Commissioners agrees to amend resolution number 20-0222 dated April 2nd, 2020, accept and award the bid for providing inmate food services with Aramark Correction Services on behalf of the Portage County Sheriff.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Yes.
I'll make a motion. The Board of Commissioners declares the unused excess property owned by the Portage County and set the rebid date for the sale of unused excess real estate located in the city of Ravenna owned by Portage County Commissioners.
Second with a question. I tried to find out in the last couple of days, but I didn't get any response. What's the story with this?
So I know it before me, like, and a couple years ago, they put it on they got no bids at all. So we bid it out the last time, and we did get a bid on it. But I don't believe they could get financing from the bank, so they pulled out. So now it's back up again. We only got one bid last time.
Is it a structure also or just land?
It's the structure. It's the old regional planning building.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a couple.
So they asked me, Todd sent me an email asking me to put it back up again from his board.
Okay,
You gonna buy it?
Okay.
no, sir. I'm on a fixed income.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners approves specifications and set the proposal date for Summer Youth Employment Program Processing Wage Subsidy Services for the Portage County Department of Jobs and Family Services.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners approves specifications and sets the proposal date for HHW Collection Program for the Portage County Solid Waste Management District.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes.
The Portage County Board of Commissioners approves the revised prevention, retention, and contingency plan effective May 28th, 2024 for the Portage County Jobs and Family Services.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners General Water Agreement for water improvements to Kenda Tire Water Main Extension, Portage County Water Resources Department, Project SRW 23200-P.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to accept performance agreement for the construction of the water main installation improvements for Kenda Tire Water Main Extension Project, Portage County Water Resources Department, Project BR-W 23-220P.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners accepts bids and awards contracts for professional utility locating services in the Portage County Regional Sewer District, Portage County, Ohio.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners agrees to proceed with the construction of project number MWO 21-180 Village of Manaway Water Distribution Replacement for the Village of Manaway Public Water System in Portage County.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
John.
Yes. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you very much.
Good job. Been an incredible year.
That's been busy.
Neighborhood development, are they here?
I came
Hey there.
Hi.
You get front and center, ma'am.
All right, that's what they just said.
Yeah.
I was like, glad I
There
came
you
early.
go.
How are you today?
Great, how are you?
Good, good. The sun is out. It's beautiful.
It's gonna gorgeous day.
It's a little hot in here, though.
Is it?
I'm
It
sweating.
is not.
You're on the hot seat. What's going on? Did I walk into something?
No, no.
It's an
Oh, no.
icebox in here, so I had to bring my heater.
It is a little. It is a little chilly.
Thank you.
Can you say that again, Jen? What is
It is a little bit chilly.
She's gonna be
But I am
leaving
a
soon.
freeze
Did you hear
baby,
that?
so I don't know to take my opinion on it.
So, you're up?
I'm up, and I'm here really just to kind of discuss the owner-occupied portion of the program that we do with the CHIP housing. And the way that it runs is very similar for both the full rehabs and the home repairs. The only difference that we really have with those two projects on their own is the fact that a full rehab does work on the entire house, whereas a home repair is one or two large items, a roof, a heater, windows, that sort of thing. What we do is NDS will do the income qualifying to make sure that they obviously qualify for the program. And then we do a procurement process with the homeowner and the contractor. And the homeowner looks at our list of approved contractors. They choose the ones that they want to have bid on their home, and then we take the lowest and best bid. The contract itself is between the homeowner and the contractor. The commissioners and NDS are not part of the contract. If there's an item that requires a permit, a building permit, an electrical permit, that sort of thing, we go through whatever jurisdiction it is. Sometimes it's through the county, sometimes it's through the cities. It obviously just depends on what's required. And before any kind of final pay or any kind of steps, they do get their full inspection by whoever the issuing permitting office is. So we basically, the commissioners and NDS, depending on the source of funds, because we do have some RLF funds that we've used on homes too, are more of a lender, and we place that second lien on the home. We aren't necessarily the ones who, the contracts aren't between us and anybody. Sometimes there are issues that happen on the homes after the contract's been finalized. If that's the case, if we have an insurance issue or something, then there's a check that's cut. It goes through, usually there's a first mortgage on the property, and as a lien holder, you sign off on that check amount. It goes back to, depending on the circumstances, it can go to escrow, it can go back to the first mortgage holder. It goes someplace where it's secure to guarantee that any work to either rebuild or fix a home is done appropriately, and then we sign off. If for some reason the homeowner decides they're not rebuilding and they're done and they're just gonna go someplace else, then obviously any liens to the county, NDS, anybody else, the first mortgage holder would be due in full, because there's no collateral left on that home. I don't know if you guys have any other questions, if you guys want to discuss anything more. I just wanted to kind of step in and give
No,
a
I
little bit of
appreciate
an
you here.
overview.
Describing what the process is.
But we're getting ready, probably in the next week or two, I'll be coming back in front of you to move forward with our 2024 CHIP application. And so I want to make sure that you guys are aware of how the program works and make sure that any questions that we do have are answered and we can continue to move these
Very
things
helpful.
forward.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
We appreciate that.
So Jen, during the process, does anyone from NDS go out and periodically check to make sure the scope of work that the funding was requested for is being done?
Yes, we do have project inspectors that go out. They make sure that the home is meeting the state's residential rehab standards.
Okay.
If they notice something, they didn't put a GFI in or something, then obviously that gets fixed. As payment request comes in, we go out and inspect, but anything that would require a
Yeah.
permit sign off goes
Okay.
through the
Thank
jurisdiction.
you.
Mr. Tillon, you got anything?
No, I just kinda figured that, like, if the house catch fire, then first lien holder gets taken care of from the insurance.
Well, yes, I mean, they would, typically if the house catches fire, the insurance pays for a rebuild or the repairs, depending on how substantial the fire is. And that's kind of always been our process. Any lien, it's my understanding that with any situation, if there's a fire, any lien holder has to sign off on that check as well. It's not just the homeowner, and so it can be signed by 2, 3, 4 people, depending on what kind of liens you have on your home.
Everybody's got to sign it.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
sorry it's so warm in here today.
It's very warm in here. Next time I'm bringing a blanket. Now I know, in the summertime.
Thank you for that.
To bring a
We-
blanket.
We appreciate that.
Thanks.
All right. Anything else?
Wear wool socks.
I will.
Thanks, Jen.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome. You guys have a great
You
day.
too, thank you.
County admin, I know.
We had old hands, like it
I
warm
am
hands.
like,
County Administrator, good morning.
Okay, you ready for me?
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
we have prosecutor, I'm sorry, assistant.
Chris, good morning.
prosecutor,
Morning, Chris.
Majori with us.
Come on, if you please,
You
would,
can
sir.
join me, please.
Let's go.
Good.
It's going.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, I don't have a whole lot to say other than, sorry I wasn't up here earlier. I know the spring's been kind of busy and this kind of
Okay.
came up kind of quick. But in the future, we'll get you fixed up sooner. With this new committee, it's a significant committee here in that gonna have a lot more involvement with the 911 process.
yeah.
So what you need to do right now is, there's a 6-member board now, committee. You're gonna have 2 members on there. So it's gonna be a member of the Board of County Commissioners or your designee. And then, this board is to choose an elected official from within the county. So the way I read that, it doesn't say it has to necessarily be a county-wide elected official. It can be any elected official within the county. So you got some discretion there, whether it's, you wanna pick one of the other.
Be a mayor or a congressman
Uh,
or a town trustee.
It could be any of those. Any elected official within the county. It could be a mayor, it could be a trustee, it could be, just to name names, recorder
Yeah.
or whatever, So you got some flexibility there.
Is this a good thing or not a good thing? And it's, to me, when I read it, it sounds like, well, the Board of Commissioners, we really don't need you. We're gonna represent you, but up until then, I mean, we haven't had a meeting for a long time
Yeah.
with this. So I'm just curious of that.
Yeah, under the old law, the commissioners could convene a 911 committee. Basically the only time you convened that was when you made the initial plan and then when you did the amendment. So it really didn't meet, I don't think, a whole lot over the past decade. Now this is an actual standing committee that'll have to meet every year. So I think that's a good thing.
You just said a word, when the law changed,
Yeah,
what
Yeah,
do you mean?
in
Tell me.
So
October.
I have a
Yeah.
recap, let me just go ahead and read
yeah,
the
go
recap,
ahead.
Chris, if
Okay,
it
go
helps
ahead,
out a little bit.
absolutely.
Okay, so the General Assembly met, right, and so now there will be a 911 Program Review Committee to replace the 911 Planning Committee. That was a significant change, which previously met upon the call of the Board of Commissioners. So the 911 Program Review Committee will continue to consist of a member of the Board of Commissioners or the designated representative, and the chief executive from the most populous municipality, which generally is Kent. But now, the key change here, but now will also include a trustee from the most populous township, as well as a township trustee at large, and a council person at large, and an elected official from within the county appointed by the commissioner. So I think they're including the townships
Yeah.
now as well, which was, to me, that's a good call to make, to include the townships.
Yeah, because currently,
yeah.
right now, it's Tony, Glenn Broska, and Dave Ruler is who makes up that committee now. And so now they are bringing the townships in, and they're allowing each of us to have 2 basically designated representatives.
Right.
So to recap, we need this board, it doesn't have to be today, I
Yeah,
just
we
wanted the
have
board to
time.
have the
Yeah.
chance to think about it, right?
Right.
But to recap, we need 1 commissioner and 1 elected official to be appointed by the board.
Correct. Yeah, and I think it is a good thing overall, especially with meeting once a year, cause, it does have to oversee the expenditures and the outflows. So I think that's always a good thing. And plus, you look at the changes in the law, and again, this is, I don't wanna get into technical aspects, cause that's beyond, that's for the people who are in the business there. But, with the enhanced 911 and all that, you know, things with technology, it's, the state no longer wants just a basic 911 system. And I won't even speak to that.
They want the next
but-
gen.
Yeah, and I think, having people on that board who are gonna get into that and embrace the technology and what it all means, I think would be a good thing. So I think the people you pick will be important. I think people who have a background, like, I know Mike being in law enforcement or whomever, there's a lot of former fire chiefs out there who are trustees, police chiefs,
Yeah,
we
Ed
mentioned
Salmon.
those. So I think, hopefully the committee will be some people who are in the know, at least some, I know we can all learn, but from a dispatch standpoint, you all know how important that is, the 911 services. So I think overall it's probably a good change, but the state is, they made some significant changes.
So what we're saying now, it's been running kind of on automatic pilot? Cause you had a meeting that.
We just recently
Yeah.
had that meeting
Yeah.
just to get rid of something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only reason we had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that-
But she's still here.
Oh, boy, okay, so,
It's the heater.
It's warped his mind.
Yes, I'm hot.
Yeah. Okay, good.
That's all.
That's
Yeah,
it.
okay.
All right.
Thanks,
All right,
Chris.
thanks.
Have a
That's
good
it. All right,
weekend.
thank
man.
you, Chris. I appreciate
thank
you
you so
coming
much,
in.
Chris, I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So with the board, like a week, 2 weeks to kind of think about it, and then I can bring back we have to pass a resolution. I can put a resolution together,
Yeah, we
and
need a
the board
couple
can
weeks
pass
to
it. You
think
want a couple
about it.
weeks?
Yeah, because like I said, there's no urgency right now. I mean, he's bringing it to us. This doesn't go into effect, I don't think, until March next year. But, yeah, probably need a couple weeks. We can think out or seek out who we want to,
Do we have to, what Chris just said, we have to appoint all those folks?
No.
Okay. Right. So the city, the township.
They
do
can
our
request.
representative
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pardon?
plus.
they can request,
Yes, okay. That's
like
right.
those, like what they said at the township meeting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Yep.
So the
If you have
township's gonna
someone
have
that wants-
representatives.
yeah,
The only thing the board is responsible for is one of the commissioners or your designated representative, and the commissioners have to appoint one elected official. Those are the two things you're responsible for.
Yeah, that's a variable that kind of sounds bizarre. A elected official.
Yeah, we should just have a representative, so we could,
Well,
yeah, I don't
you
understand
can,
it
so the
myself.
first part is you can be
No.
any representative, you can place anybody
Right.
as your designee. If you wanted to, just spitballing, if you wanted to maybe say, Ryan is your designee, you could do that. Right, because it's any designee that you would like to,
Got that.
appoint as your designee. The
Yeah.
second one is any elected official, and that gives you a lot of leeway, right, like, Chris was talking. There are, many other elected officials out there that have a good, strong background in 911.
Yeah, that's the biggest
The
thing.
sheriff.
Yeah.
If I'm just throwing some things out there that the board could absolutely do should they choose to do
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
yeah, so we'll think about it. That's some food for thought.
Is the state treasurer's office here?
Let me go see. I
There's
don't.
We're 20 minutes early.
You need public comment?
Why don't you do those two miscellaneous ones?
Yeah. Okay, in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code, section 325.07, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the Portage County Sheriff's Transporting Report for April
They are.
2024 as
So they'll be
presented
right
by the Portage County Sheriff's Office.
Say it,
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes!
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the May 20th, 2024 certificate of the county auditor and the total annual appropriations from each fund do not exceed the amended official estimate of resources for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2024, as presented by the Portage County Auditor's Office.
Second,
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Oh, whatever.
And the state auditor is here.
I'm sorry, I'm just, it's too hot.
His office.
Are you in the middle of your heat stroke over
Yes.
I don't hear any equipment out there. You can open that window, get a breeze going.
Signing in right now at the
Okay.
house, so.
Sometimes you can carry over too far,
Yeah,
call back too far.
gotcha,
Just ask any comedian.
gotcha.
Huh?
He keeps calling back the heat thing, and it's not funny anymore.
Oh, it's funny if you're up here.
Oh, it is not cold or hot up there.
There he is.
Hey, how's
Good
it
morning.
going? Good morning, good
Don't,
morning.
please sit with us.
Okay, do we have a few extra minutes?
We have.
For you?
Okay,
Always.
because
Would you like-
Rebecca's on the
coming.
way, so I
Okay,
just
no,
did-
we're good.
Yeah,
We're
Okay.
actually
let's
early.
recess.
All right, perfect.
We will recess till 10. Okay,
Okay.
we'll give you.
Yeah, that'd be,
Yeah,
that'd be
we'll
fine.
recess till 10.
Okay, appreciate that, thank
My
you.
pleasure. How you been?
Not too bad, how have you?
But you're not.
We're gonna reconvene as Board of Commissioners. Good morning, guys. Come on up.
Good morning.
Yeah, come on up, sit down.
Oh, no, you got front and center.
Well, you can always do
No, we
that.
are taking photos.
You can- We want you
Yeah,
to post
if you wanna take a picture of him, you can come back here and take a picture. Before we finish. Thank you guys for coming. Go ahead.
Thank you all, and thank you Commissioners and Auditor Kelly's office and the staff here for working with us to implement this great program here at the county. I brought a proclamation from Ohio State
Oh,
Treasurer
oh,
Robert
great.
Sprague that I'd like to read to you and then
Please, if you
present
would.
to you.
All right.
All right, wonderful. The Office of the Ohio Treasurer is honored to recognize Portage County. This proclamation is presented for demonstrating a commitment to fostering a more inclusive workplace for individuals living with disabilities. Through your leadership, you are empowering your employees and creating new opportunities for them to succeed. By partnering with the Ohio Treasurer's Office to provide a stable account payroll direct deposit option for employees living with disabilities, you are helping your workforce to save and invest in their future. The state of Ohio thanks you for your leadership and for offering your employees an added investment tool to achieve greater independence and financial security. Robert Sprague, Ohio Treasurer.
Awesome.
Oh, very nice.
Very good, yes.
Very
Would you
good.
please come up so we can get a picture?
Absolutely.
Now we wanna get a picture.
Wait, I think we better pass the
Pass the
resolution.
resolution.
Okay,
Okay.
let's do that.
I'll
Gonna
make
make
a
it
motion
official.
Eager.
to authorize the adoption of a payroll direct deposit option for stable accounts for qualifying Portage County employees.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes,
Mike,
yes.
Tom.
Yes.
now it's
Done.
official. Come
Right.
on.
I gotta say, I believe you are the 7th county that has done this, so thank you for being a leader in the state.
Absolutely.
Yes, we really appreciate it.
Well, good.
Yes, I think we have over 30,000 accounts right now in the state of Ohio. So with this, you just help make,
Come on, Rebecca, aren't you coming up?
no, this, oh, we're
Come on,
fine.
you.
Come on, so much hard work.
Yeah. Michelle will get our pictures.
Oh, can you,
Sure, of course.
I can send it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
All
so
right.
this is a long time coming.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I still remember
Make sure you
when
hold on to
you
that.
Yeah,
It was all Zoom.
brought it to us.
Yep, it was all on Zoom, so thank you. It's been a
Thank
long
you.
time coming.
Thank you.
I'm
Yes,
so
thank
happy.
you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad, because I still remember when Rebecca first brought it to us, but
It was during COVID, it was a
Janet
virtual meeting.
Esposito wanted nothing to do with it. So
And I
I'm
said,
glad
I'm
we
not
got
giving-
Matt
yep.
Kelly.
I said, I'm not giving up, we're just joining.
Yes.
They're one of my favorites.
Yes.
Right.
It'll be a great program for the.
Oh, I think it is. I've got a
Yes.
niece that I wish decades ago they would have done something like this. It's and I
She
think
can still sign up.
Yeah.
well, she's in her 50s.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's amazing that it's taken this long to somebody to get some common sense.
Sure.
To do this
Yeah.
and not penalize them
Mhm.
when, you know, they have limited resources.
Absolutely.
Gives them the opportunity to live and enjoy life and just be a normal person.
This is a silly request, but is it possible to get like 3 we want to display this within the county?
Absolutely.
So each one of us could put that in our office?
Absolutely, yeah.
Can
I will
we
get
do
them in the
that?
mail
We
right
could-
away
One
and
for
bring
Matt.
them up.
Yeah,
All right?
yeah, yes, absolutely. Yeah, so I think we'd all like to display that because it is such a great program.
Wonderful. I will get them
Well, I
right away.
can just sell mine to that.
And I just want to make a comment that we've always had great representation from the treasurer's office, starting with Rebecca, and now we have Adam. So I just want to compliment to you guys both that, you know, you guys are always here, you're always popping in and check on us. And so hopefully your next visit will be to tell us how many stable accounts, or at least if we got some going, report an update.
Absolutely.
Would you repeat, now that we're kind of, would you repeat what you just said up here?
Yeah, so, the, how many counties are part of?
Yes, ma'am.
So I believe, you cannot quote me, but you are the 7th county to join. Lake and Ashtabula out of the Northeast Ohio region, and then you've got one in Lucas, and then
Medina.
Medina, and there's one down in Southwest Ohio. It's been a long week. And there's over 30,000 accounts opened in the state of Ohio. We are the largest program, and we actually administer programs to other states because states say, your program's so good, why recreate it? Can you just be our administrators? We say, okay.
Well, there's 88 counties in the state of Ohio. Is there a reason that people have that they haven't jumped on board with this?
It's a slow process. I'm actually working right now on 2 other counties. It's just, you know how life goes.
What are the stumbling blocks?
Auditors.
Politics.
Mm-hmm. Also
No.
Political?
auditors.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mostly.
Yep, yep. But I wanna thank Portage County, I mean, they've always been so good, not only to us, but to the treasurer's office. You all are a great county for us, and we love that you.
Yeah,
partnered with us.
we probably should have been one of the first counties, but Janet Esposito was not on board and would not cooperate. So now that we got Matt Kelly,
Mhm.
you know, he's like all in and recognizes the benefits, the huge benefits for this. So
Yep.
I
Auditor
appreciate
Kelly
that
and his
as well.
staff has been great working with this.
Yeah.
Working with us on this as well, and we're excited to get them trained and
Yeah.
ready to go, so.
It sounds good to have new blood.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you both
Yes,
for being
thank
here
you,
tonight.
thank you,
All
thank
right.
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, is there anything else to come before the board? Is there any public comment scheduled?
We're gonna have to recess
Recess.
till 11.
Yeah, we will recess again till 11 a.m. Cool, all right, thank you. All right, we'll come out of recess. Board of Commissioners, is there any public comment? Anything else to come before the board?
Nope, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Have a great Memorial Day.
Great Memorial Day. Awesome.
You as well.